we're going to be going over Chapter 3, Lesson 7 homework. For problems 1 and 2, circle the best estimate and explain your estimation strategies. So if I think about 3 and a fourth, 3 and a fourth could be closer to half or a whole, depends on how you look at it. So if you want to say 3 and a fourth is close to half, we can write that, and then 18 over 19, well that's really close to 1. So the sum of 3/4 and 18/19 could be closest to 1.5. Or if you want to think about this 3/4 as close to 1 and still think of this as 18 over 19 close to 1, then your answer could have been 2. So the correct answer could be 1.5 or 2 depending on your choice. I wasn't paying too much attention, so now if I look here I could say it's closest to 2, or if I were to write it in 1.5. It's up to you. Alright, this one we're just estimating 2 and 3/4. Well, I know 3/4 is close to half because 3/8 is close to half because I know that 4/8 is half. So I'm going to say 3/8 is about 2.5 minus, well, 3/4, we just talked about that. That one is kind of a tricky one. So let's just say it's about half. So 2.5 minus half equals 2. So I know my answer is not going to be greater than 2 because 3/4 is still a little bit bigger than half. So my answer is going to be less than 2. So it's going to be less than 2. For problems 3 and 5, refer to the number line. Henry ran 1 5/8 miles in the morning and 9/10 miles in the afternoon. How many miles did he run in all? Place an X on the number line to show your estimate, not exact answer. So 1 5/8 is close to 1.5, and this 9/10 is close to 1. So if I were to put those two together, he ran about 2.5 miles. Tia ran 2 7/8 miles. George ran 1 1/10 miles. How many more miles did Tia run than George? Place a star on the number line. 2 7/8. Well, 7/8 is very close to a whole. So this would be about 1 plus 2 is 3. So Tia ran 3. George ran 1 1/10. 1/10 is really close to nothing. So this is just about 1 mile George ran. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So she ran about 2 miles more, about. Explain how you estimated. So think about what you did. You might need to replay the video and write that out. Okay. What is the volume of a box that is 14 inches long, 7 inches wide? Not for sure who wrote this in here, but I'm not for sure if that's accurate, and my eraser is not working. So let's go ahead and erase that. And let's erase that here. Okay. So I have 14 inches by 7 inches by 10 inches. We've been talking about how order doesn't matter. So I want to really put 10 at the end so I could do some mental math here. I know 14 times 7. Now let's try that out. 4 times 7 is 8. Regroup the 2, 9. So then I would do 98 times 10. Well, that's 98. Add the 0, 980 cubic inches. The floor of Raj's classroom has an area of 525 feet. The ceiling is 12 feet high. What is the volume? So we already have the base. It's 525 by 12. Now we're going to multiply it out. This is where graph paper comes in handy. We don't want to cram it in. So I have to regroup, make sure I'm paying attention. Placeholder 0. Make sure we really line these up because if we don't, we could really miss out and make an easy mistake. So 6,300 cubic feet there as